West Brom QPR striker, 35-year-old Charlie Austin, scorer of the winning goal on Wednesday in their game against Dorchester. As we get underway, City attacking the goal away to our left, which is where most of their Totton fans are. There's blue and white balloons all over the pitch. Ball is knocked forward into the box, and already Seymour gets in. Seymour plays it across the box. Nobody there though, and the ball goes out for a throw on this near side to City, who, as I say, attacking the goal away to our left hand side. Totton attacking the goal where most of the City fans are. The ball throw comes in, and then it's hopefully going to be cleared away, just obscured at the moment by the gantry, but City have it in midfield through Pinchard. He's knocked off the ball by Scott Rendell, who's absolutely furious with one of his teammates there. Scott Rendell having a right go. I think Ben Seymour was the man who felt the wrath of Scott Rendell there, Tim.
It looked like it. That's very quick getting angry, isn't it? Sort of 0 to 10 in 2 seconds after only about 2 minutes of the game.
Indeed. And Scott Rendell, he actually scored the first goal for Forest Green Rovers as a professional club when they went into the National League. He scored the winner against Cambridge United on the opening day, would you believe, nearly 20 years ago. And he's now 38 years old, and the shot comes in, first shot of the day from Kevin Dawson, well wide of the post. No danger for Ryan Gosney in the Totton goal. He's all in, I think we'll call that turquoise. Jared Thompson in a yellow shirt with black shorts and black socks. So he's there we are, and you can hear the City fans. It's good atmosphere, isn't it, Tim? I mean, it's a very compact little ground here at Totton, but there's a good atmosphere from both sets of fans.
Yeah, it's great to see so many City fans making the effort to come down here. I think there are at least 4 coaches.
Yeah, around 600, I think, was the number that was being put around on social media earlier this seeing. The game actually sold out a few days ago, so really good. And City looking to build. I mean, this wind will cause problems, I think, and it's played in the end back by Pinchard to Thompson, who just takes a touch and looks up midway inside his penalty area, gives it short, and Pinchard again for City, looks up, plays it left-footed out to the right-hand side towards Watts. It's headed away into touch, and that will be a throw to City midway inside the Totton half on their right-hand side. And Dan Ledbetter, the man who came through his fitness test, I was watching that fitness test at around 1:45 this afternoon on the pitch down below us. But deigned to be fit enough to play today. Throws it short to Williams, back, gets it back Ledbetter, down the line to Watts. Watts, good back heel from Watts, and now Ledbetter gets across into the near post, away by Ostler, and away for a throw on that near side. So goes again to Watts. Watts, left-hand corner, right-hand corner of the penalty area to Pinchard. Pinchard twisting and turning, has to go outside to Ledbetter, down the line again to Watts, up against McIntyre, cuts back, does Watts, gets the ball into the box, headed away at the near post by Joe Ostler. And now City look to build down their left hand side with ball, goes back to Richards Everton just inside his own half, put on the ball, looks around, held his arm out and said, where are my options? And then in the end looks to play it down the line, but it's headed away, volleyed forward, looking for the run then of Seymour down the right hand side for Totton. He's got 2 City men around him, cuts back inside, good tackle by Williams in midfield, wins the ball for City, and now he can break away, but he's under pressure from Collins and Tanner, and then Williams goes across the pitch then to Ledbetter to Watts, just inside the Totton half on the City right hand side. Watts push and run, looks to get past McIntyre, he's still going down that side, puts it into the box, but it's cleared away though by Craig Tanner up towards Taylor, and flicks it on looking for Seymour, and then it comes off Dawson. Has that gone out for a throw? No, kept it in just in front of the City bench, and goes back to Jared Thompson. 4 minutes gone here. AFC Totton 0, Gloucester City 0. BBC Radio Gloucestershire live from the Snow Stadium here in Totton. Flick forward up towards Joe Hanks, but Ostler does well there, and then McIntyre plays it back to his goalkeeper and gets it back. McIntyre in the right back position for Totton, clears long down the field, nodded down towards Rendell turns away, good ball out to this near side, and for the run of Luke Bennett, And then Bennett, good tackle comes in from Pinchard, to the delight of the City fans, and he gets the ball into the near post. Dummy at the near post, but good defending in there by Kevin Dawson. And now Dale Grubb comes away with the ball for City. Grubb back to Ball at left back. Ball into Pinchard, and then Pinchard back to Richards Everton. You can see the threats from Totton already, Tim, looking to they're not short of getting players forward, are they? They've got a lot of players in forward areas.
They have. I mean, I think City are trying to control the game, aren't they? A bit like we saw in the second half at Walton and Hersham. They're controlling the game in midfield.
Williams just puts that out of play, and then there's a throw on this near side. Ben Seymour also playing as the sort of main target man, you'd say, with Rendell out on one side and then Tony Lee on the other. He's the leading scorer, 17 goals for Totton this season, Lee, but it looks like they're going to really be switching around that front three. Rendell, he's got a ball behind him, and that's good defending. Dawson to Williams. Williams looks again for Dawson, but it's cut out by Bennett to Tanner into midfield, and then ball over to the far side, and McIntyre, the right back, 35 yards from goal on the left hand side for Totton, goes again. Here is McIntyre. McIntyre's low ball into the box, bobbling around in there. City need to get rid of it. They don't. Shot comes in, it's cleared. Oh, and there's a terrific block, I think, by Tyrone Duffus. The shot came in from Ethan Taylor, and Tyrone Duffus got himself in the way. There were shouts for handball, but not from the players, you notice, more from the crowd. It was an incredible block. He just flung himself straight in front of the ball and stopped what looked like a certain goal. Well, it did really. It was about 8 yards out. City didn't clear that well enough there, Tim, did they? They needed to be more decisive, really, in their defending there. I think there were too many defenders in there, weren't there? I think, and they got in each other's way. On ball to the far side. Sorry, McIntyre with the cross, deep one to the far post. Dawson has to head it behind, and that will be the first corner of the game for AFC Totton. 7 minutes gone. AFC Totton 0, Gloucester City 0. Paul in the studio, 81333 for your text, but Gloss is the first word of that. 08000 321 on WhatsApp. Again, Gloss as the first word. Tweet at BBC Gloss on X. Corner on this near side. I'm just seeing who's coming over to take it. It's Craig Tanner who's going to come and take this corner from this near side. You can see how the wind might blow this one in a bit, and very strong wind, as you can probably hear through our microphones. It's actually an outswinger. It's bobbling around. Taylor with a shot. Another block comes out to this near side to Tanner. Tanner left hand side of the penalty area. Tanner tries a shot. Good block there by Ball, and then Ball chases after Tanner to close him down. Actually, it was Dawson. Good play good defending that by the City skipper. And now last man back, and the ball is now in the Tottenham half with McIntyre. Out to the far side, and it's clipped forward, looking for the run of Seymour. That's going to run away, and that will be a goal kick. And the first bit of pressure there from Tottenham, and determined defending from City kept them out. It was good, wasn't it? It was very determined. I think we are quite solid at the back. It's obviously a risk with this Tottenham front line and the pressure they're putting on, but I'm confident we can keep them out. Scored in every home game this season, AFC Tottenham. Kept the most clean sheets in the league and conceded the fewest goals, so they too know how to defend. Well, they've scored every game at home this season so far. Okay, we'll give you that one, Tim. So far they haven't scored in this one yet, but it's only been going for 8.5 minutes. And good play by Watts down the right hand side. Can he get past? That's good defending though. McIntyre comes back and knocks the ball off him. Play forward, Dufus heads it away, only half away though, and then it's up towards Taylor and brings down Richards Everton, and the City striker just holds his knee, centre half rather, holds his knee, and that looks a painful one for Ben Richards Everton there in the challenge with Tony Lee. It did. I'm not just sure. Flexing that knee there now on the floor, Richards Everton. I'm not sure whether the injury was caused by when he landed on the ground, or whether he landed on the ball. I don't think the tackle was actually was anything wrong with it, but he landed awkwardly. He did, and he's just sitting up, but it's going to take a lot to Kevin Dawson not quite strong enough to pick Ben Richards Everton up there. He's a big fella. Ben almost pulled Kevin Dawson over trying to get him up. Just flexing that knee still and rubbing it is the vastly experienced City centre back. Waves to the bench, says, yeah, I'm all right. I think you have to prize him off this pitch. I think it would have to be something pretty serious. Ball played forward towards Hanks and then volleyed away by Sam Magri.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay, because I think if we were to lose him, that would be a
massive blow, wouldn't it? Yes, 2 balls on the pitch. Brandon Scaife just wants that one knocked off. Just trying to see, can't actually see who's taking the throw. It's right down below us, and City down the line looking for Grubb, but it's cleared away by Rendell. But Grubb has it again, cuts across the pitch from the left hand side to Dawson, in the centre circle to Leadbitter, back again to Dawson, playing this quarterback role that he played to such good effect on Wednesday night. Down the line to Leadbitter. Leadbitter will go back, I think, to Watts, 25 yards from goal. Let's on to Watts, treads on the ball, but he's still got it. Still there, Watts looks to Williams, but that's tied it up nicely. And then a good piece of play by Tanner coming down the left hand side for Totton. Still going is Tanner. He's up against Watts, who's come back to track him, and then the ball goes out of play, and the City bench and players are successful in their appeal for a throw. 11 minutes gone here. AFC Tottenham 0, Gloucester City 0. Nothing yet, Tim, from a City point of view on the attacking sense, really.
Not really. There's been a fair bit of possession, but I can't remember a shot actually that City have had.
No, not yet.
They've sort of been snuffed out, haven't they, on the edge of the box?
Yeah,
good defending.
A couple of crosses have been dealt with. Here's Williams for City to Pinchard. Now this could change it from an attacking point of view for the team in white. Out this to this near side to Grubb. Grubb's got ball outside him, left hand side, ball level with the edge of the penalty area, but almost on the touchline. Gives it back to Grubb. Grubb back again to Ball. Ball looks down the line looking for the run of Dawson. Dawson gives it back to, and it's into the penalty area to Hanks, who turns and tries a shot, but it's blocked almost at source, and then knocked forward up towards Lee. And good defending by Richards Everton just stops Lee chasing after that ball, and it goes through to Jared Thompson. And now Richards Everton on the left hand side, and Lee comes to close him down. A good play though to Grubb on the halfway line. Grubb in the centre circle now, across the pitch to Harry Pinchard. Pinchard back again to Grubb, more central than normal, out to this near side, then to Ball. Ball cuts off the flank, through, plays a nice ball through to Hanks, who just drops in and takes that off him. And now Pinchard takes over and runs over towards this left hand side. Pinchard almost just lost control of it there for a moment, but good play by Bennett, the right back, and Bennett clears down the line. That's good play. Here's picked up then by Seymour. Seymour gives it away though to Ball. Ball does well to win that back to Pinchard, and close control, and then into Williams. Good little interchange there from City, just got them out of trouble. And then Williams, safety first, back to his goalkeeper Thompson. And well, 12 minutes gone, and City were 2-0 down by this point on Wednesday, Tim. So I think Mike Cook will be quite pleased with this start, because no danger so far.
So far not, no. We were chatting before the game. We were thinking actually nobody really wants to score the first goal after Totton came back, didn't they, late?
Indeed they did. Totton, just a reminder of that, Totton were 2-0 down here to Dorchester at half time in their game. In fact, they were still 2-0 down when the game went into stoppage time at the end of the 90 minutes. And they suddenly found themselves 3-2 up, and then they were pegged back to 3-3. We went to extra time, and Charlie Austin scored the 118th minute winner, which set up this game. Of course, if Dorchester had won that, we'd all be at New Meadow Park now watching Gloucester City against Dorchester in this final. But Tottenham, being the higher ranked side in the league, having finished second, they won the right to host this game. And now they have a free kick on the far side, which Craig Tanner will take. Tanner in, flicked on, and then at the far post, coming in at the far post was Tony Lee, and he couldn't get anything on it. It was a flick on at the near post, and then at the far post was Tony Lee, but couldn't hook his foot round it and get it away. Dangerous ball in that, Tim.
It was good defending by Leadbitter there to stop him reaching it. But it's a shame, as you said, that we're not at New Meadow Park. I think the crowd would have been an awful lot. I think we're maybe at least 2.5, maybe even 3,000 people there.
I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right, Tim. I think the game at New Meadow Park would have been a terrific occasion. Here's Pinchard back to Richards-Everton and gives it to Thompson, and it's under pressure from Seymour, so he has to go to Richards-Everton in the left back position. Clears it long, but that's easy for Sam Magri. Takes it on his chest, plays it forward. Not the best bit of control by Lee. And he's got a head injury, and I'm not sure. I mean, there did look a bit of a high foot there, I have to say, by Ed Williams that wasn't given, but as it is now, Tony Lee says he was knocked in the head, and I think he's telling the referee he's going to be all right.
It looked to me as if he wasn't going to get the ball, so he sort of dipped his head towards the foot rather than the other way. He was outnumbered. There were two people challenging him.
Yes, I think that's so. I mean, the head injury rule is an interesting one, and I know it's there for safety, but it's like everything in football. I'm afraid some players do rather play on it a bit, let's say, and that's out of play, and that could be coming up here. I thought that for a moment Tim Lezold was going to have to head that away, but it didn't quite reach us up here. It's a throw to City down below us, which I'm going to try and lean over and see what's going on if I can. Yeah, okay. And I think Ben Richards-Everton saying the ball's flat, so we're going to have to change ball. And Tim and I are just going to swap places. I'm going to go here because, as I say, we're up on a gantry here, and there's lots of pillars, and it's quite difficult to see right down below us. So Dan Ball is going to take this throw for City, which he does, into Ed Williams. 16.5 minutes on the clock, 0-0 here at Totton. Here's Williams out to the right hand side to Ledbetter. Ledbetter to Watts. Watts turns away. Good play by Watts. He's got away from his man, and he's going to win a free kick, and that's really good play by Ellis Watts. He took on McIntyre, the fullback, and you could see, couldn't you, Tim, that he was grabbing, and eventually the referee decides no advantage.
No, it was good. Another exciting run from Ellis Watts. I think we were saying on Wednesday, weren't we? He adds a real different dimension, an exciting dimension to our attack. Yeah, I like him. I like Ellis Watts. He looks a player who can make things happen. And he came from Hungerford, of course, which is where I believe Charlie Austin started his
That's where
career.
He's from, yeah. Charlie Austin is from Hungerford, played for Kidbury Rangers and a few other clubs in that area. Free kick from Pinchard is a deep one, and Dufus nearly got in on it, and it was Lee, the centre forward, who had to be there. Otherwise, I think Tyrone Dufus there, Tim, would have had a header on goal. It was a good ball in from Harry Pinchard. A very good ball from Pinch, and good defending from Totton as well. And there's a corner on this near side, which Dale Grubb it is who is going to take. Ball is in the penalty area. Dawson's on the edge. Ed Williams and Ledbetter have stayed back in the centre circle. Here comes the corner. It's a deep one. There's bobbling around in the box. It's going to be cleared away though by Totton, up towards Seymour. Seymour up against Williams, the two number 7s. Now, who did that come off? I'm not quite sure. I don't think the referee actually knows who that came off. Just watching to see. It's a Totton. I think it's a Totton throw. Or is it? I don't think anybody's quite sure who that came off, but I think City have got the throw. 18.5 minutes gone. AFC Tottenham 0, Gloucester City 0 for a place in, well, for City, National League North, I suspect, and for Tottenham, National League South. I suspect even Southampton wouldn't be too far, would be a bit too far to have National League South football. His ball, North football, his ball going back to Thompson, and although that line for National League North does seem to get further south every year.
I know, it's odd, isn't it? I mean, we've played in both, so I'm not sure which one we're preferring, really.
Well, I was on the breakfast programme this morning, Tim, and my feeling is that it should be east and west, because I think that would be easier, and then you can take the two motorways. You can take the M1 and you can take the M6 and M5 as the sort of way to work it out. But
I think that's a bit too logical for the footballing authority.
Well, indeed. because I suspect, Truro to Maidstone is just as bad as Gloucester to Manchester, you know what I mean?
I think it's probably worse, actually, isn't it?
Well, there you are.
The other side of London, around the M25.
You think Truro to Maidstone is National League South, and Truro would probably rather come to Gloucester. Here's Pinchard, although they're going to the National League top division next season. Here's Dawson going across the pitch, and good play by Dawson. Then goes back to Richards Everton inside his own penalty area. Richards Everton to Pinchard. Good play by Pinchard, and then does well there. Him and Ball link up well. Pinchard again. Pinchard down this left-hand side, taking on Rendell. Pinchard, can he get a cross in? He's got two men around him. He does get the ball in, but just ahead of Joe Hanks. And Ryan Gosney, the goalkeeper, comes out and gathers. 33 years old, Ryan Gosney. They've got a lot of 30 pluses. There's another one, Sam Magri. Gives it into Luke Bennett, who's just come back from playing in Tasmania, Luke Bennett, and probably a bit warmer over there than it is here. Here's Bennett, McIntyre rather, long ball forward, and that's too long for the run of Lee, and Thompson comes out to his penalty area and gathers for City, and just looking around, the flags at the end of the ground really blowing strongly in that wind, and that's what takes Thompson's kick out for a throw on this far side. Coming up to the midpoint of the first half here at Totton. Totton 0, Gloucester City 0. Only really that block from Tyrone Duffus from the shot from Ethan Taylor to talk about as far as shots on goal go. The ball's knocked back, and Sam Magri's going to just nod that back to his goalkeeper ahead of under pressure from Joe Hanks for City. Joe Hanks again, Tim, playing in that most advanced role, almost that false nine, and but City do today have Kieran Phillips on the bench, which they didn't have on Wednesday.
Yes, I mean, it's handy to have that firepower there, isn't it? I mean, Joe Hanks has been incredible for us this season. The only difficulty that we have is when he's up front, he can't be in midfield, and I think we do miss him in midfield.
Yeah. A long ball forward, looking for the run of Seymour, and Thompson comes right out the very edge of his box. Joe Hanks played in the Football League for Cheltenham Town, but in my view should have played a lot more Football League games than the 36 that he actually did. And Ed Williams treads on the ball and loses it, and then he's going to get I think he's going to get a yellow card for that, Williams. Yeah, he trod on the ball, and to stop Craig Tanner getting the ball and running all it, he handled it, and so a deliberate handball really gets in the yellow.
I'm not sure if he handled it. He definitely instructed him. I mean, he definitely stopped him going past him, but you can't really complain about that yellow card.
No. So first yellow card of the game goes to Wednesday night's penalty hero, Ed Williams. Craig Tanner's over the ball for Totton to take this free kick. Totton, of course, managed by Jimmy Ball, son of the great Alan Ball. As Tanner plays that ball in to the far side, headed away. Pinchard back to goal, does well. Ledbetter clears it forward, it comes off Collins and then goes to the near side. Lee with a cross into the box. Seymour bobbling, tries to get hold of it. It flicks off his head out to Rendell. Rendell goes back to Tanner, 35 yards from goal, left hand side, into Osler in the centre circle, and then on one more, and then he gets it back from McIntyre, and he'll just use Sam Magri, who looks up. Magri, and then goes back to the left back on the far side and gives it back again to Osler, who's the deepest player at the moment for Tottenham in their centre circle. Osler looks up, no real pressure from City. Joe Hanks now does sort of engage with Osler and forces him to go back to Gosney, who's outside of his box about 25 yards from the goal. That's a good long ball down to McIntyre on the left hand side, and the offside flag is up against the AFC Tottenham left back, and City will have a free kick. It's quiet, it's a quiet start, Tim, tight, and you can see that neither side really, both sides keen not to almost commit too much or to give anything away.
Yes, it's a bit of a contrast from Wednesday, isn't it?
It is.
That was what was the score by this time then? Was
2-0? Yeah, 2-1 now. No, it was 2-1 by this point. Yeah,
scored that header, hadn't he?
20 minutes. Joe Hanks will win now in 25. Yeah. So not a lot of it's been between the two penalty areas mostly, hasn't it, Tim? At the moment, Thompson plays it forward, headed away down to Watts on the left hand, on the right. Watts does well into Pinchard. Will Watts go and get it back? Watts is in the box. Good tackle though. Comes in. That's a really good tackle by Luke Bennett. And then the ball goes across the box, and Scott Rendell rather, just nods it back to Ryan Gosney for
I think that was Joe Hanks there on the right, just sending the cross in for Joe Hanks, the striker.
That's the problem, isn't it? Yes. You almost want either Pinchard or Watts to be putting that ball in, or if Hanks is there, then somebody else has got to commit into the box, haven't they? Somebody else has got to go.
Or you want two Joe Hankses.
Well, there's only one Joe Hanks, as we know. Ball played forward. Richards Everton nods it down. Ball flicks it away from Bennett and goes out for a throw down this near side. Rendell wants to take it but doesn't do so. And Luke Bennett is going to take it for Totton. He's got Sam Magri there if he wants him, but he just throws it short, and City thought that ball had gone out, but it hasn't. Craig Tanner then goes back to his goalkeeper. It's interesting, Tanner and Dawson almost playing the same role, aren't they? Dawson very deep, Tanner very deep for Totton. They're almost playing in that sort of same role, and it's just the way. But there, Collins goes down the line, and Totton will have a throw level with the edge of the penalty area.
It's experienced heads, Mark, isn't it? They're both trying to run the game.
160 for 6 now at Old Trafford. Balderson out, the wicket falling to Graham Van Buren. So Gloucestershire, I think that's a lead of only 21. So if Gloucestershire can get these last 4 wickets quickly, you never know, they might be able to nick a win. Here's Tanner, good ball through, and he looked for the run of Taylor, who has his hands on his head there, Ethan Taylor, and the ball runs out for a City goal kick. 26.5 minutes gone here at the Snow Stadium in Totton. AFC Totton 0, Gloucester City 0. Away to our left hand side behind the goal we have an Aldi. Other supermarkets are available. Tim, we got your shopping, you alright?
I thought you said you had an Audi. I thought that was very, very good eyesight.
Other supermarkets are available, and then right over the back there is another. It's the home of Totton and Ealing FC, who play in the Wessex League. So as far as local derbies go, it's a little bit Tannadice and Dens Park. If you know your football in Dundee, it's basically straight over the back. So if they ever get drawn in the, I don't know, Hampshire Senior Cup or something, there isn't far to go. Ball played forward. Here's Magri, forward to ball. Ball heads. It's rather up in the air. This wind there causing a bit of problems. I think City are playing against it as Richards Everton plays it forward. Williams tries to control it, and then the ball comes to this near side to Rendell. Rendell looks for Bennett, the right back for Totton. Bennett goes back, Magri, and he'll go all the way. No, he does well actually. He comes away from Hanks and then goes back to his goalkeeper. Sam Magri played in the National League for Dover, so he's played at a pretty good level. As I say, he was in the England under-17s team with Raheem Sterling and Jordan Pickford. So but also he's a Maltese international. So work that one out. Rendell goes back to Magri, who then plays it through, and Collins couldn't quite bring that under control. But then Richards Everton is able to sweep up, but he's under pressure from Seymour in the right back position. Plays it out, and I think he played it out off Ben Seymour, and that will be a throw to City. No, level with the edge of their own penalty area on their left hand side, which Dan Ball will take. And it's a slow burner, this game at the moment.
Well, yeah, the wind is the most memorable thing about the game at the moment. It's really caught up now, isn't it?
Yeah,
very, very hard.
Yeah, the grey skies overhead, and the sun was out earlier on, but now grey skies. So I don't know if we're going to get a good job that our lovely scaffolding gantry is under cover. Well, so we might be getting wet very soon. Here's Osler then for Totton. Goes across the field to Magri in the centre half position, into Rendell, and then Rendell's ball is not a good one, and it's picked up then by Pinchard, who can run at the defence here. Still going Pinchard. Can he get a shot in? He's got blue shirts all around him. He's going to lay it back to Grubb. Grubb out to the right hand side to Ledbetter, 25 yards from goal. Ledbetter gets the ball in towards Hanks, but it's behind Hanks and headed away. City will recycle it then with ball on this left hand side. Ball into midfield to Dawson. Dawson makes 10 or 15 yards. Is he going to try a shot? He doesn't, though. He plays it out to the right hand side again to Leadbitter. Watts, corner of the penalty area on the City right hand side. Looks to try and get it on his left foot. Gets a shot in. Good save by Gosney. Pushed away. City have it still. Now it's come out to this near side, the left, and Pinchard down the left. Pinchard clips it in towards Hanks. Is headed away by McIntyre, and the first real signs, Tim, from City and an attacking force. Good save by the goalkeeper.
It was a good save. It was a bit of fortune for City to get the ball, but Harry Pinchard did really well to drive the ball forward then, and Ellis Watson, his shot came in. Very good save from the keeper. Headed behind, and now it's a corner for the visitors.
Yeah, corner to City on the far side. Harry Pinchard is going to take that in front of quite a packed terrace in that corner. I think I can see a sign that says Mally's Corner over there in that far side here at the Snow Stadium, and Harry Pinchard dummies to take the corner, which trying to catch Totton out. Now he is going to, I think, swing this one in. He's got Kevin Dawson as an option though. Does play it short to Dawson, and Dawson back to Pinchard. Cuts into the penalty area, cuts across the penalty area. Here's Grubb. Can he get a shot in? Just couldn't quite get it out of his feet there. I think if Dale Grubb could have shot earlier there, Tim, maybe first time, he might have had a chance. It just seemed to open up. He just took an extra touch.
It's a shame because it looked like a really well worked free kick, didn't it, from the training ground, really. Very, very clever.
They did work it well. And here's Magri though. And Totton can just calm it down after that little bit of pressure. Good effort from Pinchard, saved by the goalkeeper. First real save that either goalkeepers had to make. At the other end, the closest that Tottenham come was a shot which was blocked by Tyrone Duffus from Ethan Taylor, and a terrific block it was as well. But I think Mike Cook will be alright with this. Mike Cook will be happy with this. Half an hour in, very tight, no real, not City haven't, Tottenham haven't really dominated, neither side really. It's very, very even so far.
It is, and I think you're right. I think Cookie will be satisfied with this. I mean, don't forget, Totton are the favourites by quite a way, aren't they? And the fact that we've restricted them to one real effort says a lot.
But now here comes Ben Seymour breaking away down the left hand side. He's got Richards Everton with him. Seymour pushed wide. Good play that's really good defending by Tyrone Duffus it was, who sort of forced him to go wide. And now driving from midfield comes Kevin Dawson, going through. Great ball to Hanks at all, and a really good block. Had to make that block Magri. And that real end-to-end stuff there. Good defending at one end by Duffus, and then good defending at the other end by Magri.
Yeah, what a shame Hanksy couldn't quite get much more than that. He sort of just toe-poked a little bit, but very good defending.
It's another one really where it just needed the earlier shot, like the one with Grubb earlier. Just feel that maybe Hanks, if he could have got the shot away a bit earlier.
But what a run from Kevin Dawson though.
It was a terrific run, and now we've got a terrific run from Dan Leadbitter down this right-hand side. Leadbitter out to Watts. Watts up against his opposite number 20, McIntyre. Grubb's ball over to the far side, and a really good header away again by Magri to deny Hanks, who's on his knees in the penalty area, and thinking just how close that is. And you can hear the City fans away to our right, and they'll be encouraged by this, Tim, in the last few minutes.
It's good, isn't it? City now getting a bit of momentum now. I don't know whether it's because the wind has changed or whatever, but we seem to be attacking a lot faster now and getting the shots away.
Corner on this near side again, which Grubb is going to take. City's third corner of the game. Floodlights are on now here in Totton, and Grubb takes the corner. It's a high hanging one into the box, headed away by the Totton defence, and then cleared away up towards Seymour. He's got a 2-on-1, and Leadbitter does really well. The home fans not happy with that. It's good defending by Leadbitter, good experience, just preventing Seymour from turning and making the run onto the ball as it went forward. And now here is Leadbitter. As I said, he had a fitness test before the game and came through, and he's managed to get through this first 34 minutes without really real alarms. Here's Pinchard now down the right hand side for City. Pinchard he's got Taylor there with him, and McIntyre goes back to Watts into Grubb, right hand corner of the penalty area. Goes back again to Williams, and Williams puts the cross in and then it's volleyed away, and City will try and win that back, and they do. Good play by Watts, terrific play by Ellis Watts, plays it through. Here's Ed Williams, right hand side of the penalty area. Williams, can he get across in? There's nobody in the middle for City, and then Joe Osler, I know Sam Magri it was, very nearly just got his foot to that, and I think Ryan Gosney, I'm thinking the goal, just had a bit of a heart failure there, and the ball, luckily for him, went wide. But again, that cross in the box and there's nobody there, Tim.
No, if KP, Kieran Phillips had been on the pitch, it would have been a different matter. We desperately need somebody in there, don't they, with the crosses we're getting in at the moment.
Corner again to City. Good spell this at the moment for Mike Cook's team. In it comes. Gosney goes up for it, and the referee blows for a foul in that penalty area. Gosney did sort of catch the ball and get there, and he's just going to take a little bit of time, the Totton goalkeeper. He's just on his haunches. Of course, this is another rule, of course, where goalkeepers go down injured, so players can have a little bit of a time out, and that's another rule that is one that players, I'm afraid, do abuse rather a lot. And
he didn't seem to be injured though. I didn't really see what the free kick was.
Don't know why he took so much time. Anyway, his game's back underway, and Gosney clears as the rain is now coming down here in Hampshire. Played forward by Ball, and off the head of Magri and out. And he's looking around there. I think he wanted an offside flag, but it wasn't coming. Here's Williams, looks to get it back, but Collins has it in midfield for Totton to Tanner, and Tanner goes back to McIntyre, who then goes back again to Osler, midway inside his own half, and then goes out to the left back spot to McIntyre again, and Tottenham just playing it around in the back, and City just having a breather, just not really engaging. And then the long ball forward is dealt with easily by Tyrone Duffus to Leadbitter, and Leadbitter into midfield to Grubb. Grubb goes back and is fouled, but the referee's got away play on Bennett with the challenge, and Leadbitter then plays it down the line, but that is a foul that time, and City will have a free kick on the far side, just by the touchline on the far side, as we have 8 minutes to go to half time plus stoppages. Still AFC Totton 0, Gloucester City 0. One real chance at each end. Harry Pinchard's shot saved by Ryan Gosney, and then at the other end, the shot early in the game from Ethan Taylor, blocked I think by the face of Tyrone Duffus, as City come down this far side again with Watts, and it's just knocked out of play by McIntyre, and it'll be a throw to City in front of the main stand on the far side, and the referee just wants Dan Leadbitter just to go back 3 or 4 yards, which he does. Weather is horrific now. I have to say, we have
the ball's on the roof of the bar now. It's just been rolling down.
And it's stuck.
And it's stuck in the gutter.
It's stuck in the gutter on top of the bar on the far side. So Kevin Dawson's not exactly hurrying over to play another ball back to Dan Leadbitter, midway inside the top half on the far side. He takes the throw into the feet of Ed Williams, who looks to put it across. Osler half clears it, and then he comes off Williams, nearly breaks for Hanks, and then the clearance Leadbitter couldn't quite reach the clearance, and now Scott Rendell has it, and that ball by Rendell is caught very well on the City bench by Mark McGregor, and City will have a throw 5 yards inside their own half. It's 0-0. It's blowing a howling gale, and it's starting to rain.
Lovely. Come to the Riviera. That was a very good catch by Mark McGregor. He wouldn't be able to place at Old Trafford.
Indeed, he certainly wouldn't. Probably a bit warmer where you've come from, Tim, in France, but it's a bit. It's not a very warm one here. Here's ball into midfield. Good play by Williams, but he's lost that, and now Rendell looks to come away with it and looks to play Lee through, but that's good defending by Richards Everton. Goes back to his goalkeeper Thompson, and then he clears it out to the right hand side to Leadbitter into the feet of Watts. Can he turn away? Good play, looks to get away from his man, but the second tackler there is Tanner, and once again the ball is in the arms of Mark McGregor on the City bench as he waits for Dan Ledbetter to take this throw right in front of him, because he might cook there. He's just keeping an eye, and I suspect he'll be quite pleased. There's 5.5 minutes to go to half time plus stoppage time. Ball played forward towards Joe Hanks, and Sam Magri then goes back to Gosney inside his 6-yard box, clears away right footed up towards Seymour, headed away by Ball. Dawson gets his neck muscles to head that one forward to Williams. Williams down the left now. Williams comes away from Bennett. Can he do something on the edge of the box here? Williams plays it in, looks for Watts. Can Watts get there? He goes down, and the referee's going to give a free kick the other way for a foul by Watts on, I think that's Tanner in there. No, it's Collins actually. No real appeals from City. I mean, there were appeals from the fans as Watts went down in the box, but no real appeals from City there. But it's again Ellis Watts just coming off his wing and trying to make something happen in the box there.
It was good, wasn't it? And Ed Williams doing a very good job getting the ball in. I have to say, from our viewpoint up here, it didn't look like a penalty. No. It didn't look like a foul actually either way. I think it was a 50-50 challenge.
I think it was. I don't think Watts did much wrong. Ball played forward, looking for Watts. Williams can't quite get there. It's hooked forward by Collins, headed away by Richards-Everton. Pinchard looks to get it under control in midfield, which is becoming increasingly difficult in these very, very difficult conditions. I mean, what a contrast to Wednesday night when we were commentating in shirt sleeves, Tim, weren't we, up at Walton and Hersham. It was still very, very warm at 10 o'clock at night. Here it's like the middle of winter. Here's Pinchard, goes back to Ledbetter, across the pitch to Richards-Everton. Richards-Everton comes across the halfway line for City, needs some help, and he's got ball out to his near side on this left hand side, ball over the top. Hanks just holds up a little bit, and Magri has to clear it. He wasn't going to reach his goalkeeper, it's gone straight up in the air. Hanks has it, looks to lay it off to Grubb. Grubb then goes back to Ball, and Ball into the feet of Ed Williams, busy again in midfield. Williams to Grubb back to Ball in again to the feet of Williams, who's forced back into his own half to find Ben Richards-Everton, and then gets it back. Ball now in Williams now in the left back position. Williams back to Richards-Everton again, who just says to people, go away, go up the field, that's where I'm playing it. And he plays it up towards Hanks, who's beaten to it by Magri, to Seymour on this near side. Challenge comes in from Ball, and it's played down the line where Richards-Everton has to chase back. He's got Lee with him, and then Richards-Everton clears it. Good play by Grubb in midfield, picking up the ball for City, but again he's forced backwards to Richards-Everton. He's now in the left back position, plays it up towards Ball, touch off by Ball, only finds Collins for Totton, to Bennett in the right back position. Bennett to Tanner on the touchline, left hand on the Totton right. Looks to play it in left footed, but gives it back to Bennett, who makes a break and plays it, a low ball into the box, and really good ball. And Scott Rindell coming in from the far side, and Jared Thompson there had to be very alert and just grabs the ball about 10 yards from goal.
It was a good bit of goalkeeping, wasn't it? He left it a bit late, and the Totton striker was racing in on him, but he got there. He had plenty of time in the end.
Dangerous ball in that, wasn't it, Tim?
Very good. I feel sorry for the players really playing under these conditions. It's really difficult. I hope nobody makes a mistake due to the wind and ends up costing them a goal.
There's a great flick on by Hanks, and then it's cleared away by McIntyre. Congratulations to the gentleman at the back of the terrace. Terrific header back into play. City have a throw. Ledbetter about 15 yards from goal on the far side of the field. Here is Ledbetter again, cuts off the flank. Can he play a little 1-2? He can't quite find Ed Williams. And then Craig Tanner, left footed, long ball forward, looking for the run of Tony Lee. Lee up against in a foot race with Richards-Everton, who gets a little head to it and then looks to turn away, and then there's a bit of a rugby tackle with Lee, and Richards-Everton can't believe that he's the man penalised in that little melee, and Totton have a free kick, and it's no more than 7 or 8 yards from the byline, in between the penalty area and the touchline on the far side of the field. Not sure about that.
No, again, I think that was a 50-50 challenge, wasn't it? It was two big strong men up against each other, and this could be real danger for City now, with not long to go before half time. The ball on the touchline, the wind swirling round.
Yeah,
it's let's hope they don't score from here.
Tanner is going to put the ball in, Hartlepool 1, Forest Green Rovers 0 is the latest score from Victoria Park in the National League. And our other game, that's on AMDAB and live on the BBC Sport website for you. There's a free kick to Totton, then in it comes from Tanner, flicked in on Taylor's all on his own on the far post, plays it inside to Rendell, and City have blocked it, and then it comes out and Taylor volleys it over the bar, and Joe Hanks, and look at the high fives and celebrations in there for that one. And Ethan Taylor was all on his own on that far post, and that time it was Joe Hanks and a combination of him and Thompson and about 2 other white shirts. But bodies on the line, Tim, to keep that out.
Absolutely, and to be honest, Mark, I wouldn't expect anything else from this City team. They play with absolute courage and passion. That was great keeping from Thompson, who was out of position, wasn't he? The ball went all the way over to the far post, and he just stood his ground and made it difficult for the Totton striker.
And then Taylor put the rebound over the bar, and that's probably one of the most clear-cut chances of the half. Haven't been many. It's probably Tottenham that probably had 2, and City that Pinchard shot. We're into 2 minutes of stoppage time now at the end of the first half here in Hampshire. AFC Tottenham 0, Gloucester City 0. Southern League Premier South playoff final, remember, as extra time if it's level after 90 minutes, and then kicks from the penalty mark to decide the winner if it is still level after 120 minutes, as we had on Wednesday night. I'm not sure Tim Lezard and I could cope with any more drama of that nature, could we, Tim?
No, unless it's the only option. I mean, I'd rather win on penalties than lose in normal time.
There is that. City have a free kick, by the way, just inside, about 5 or 6 yards inside the Tottenham half, just right of centre, which Kevin Dawson is going to take. 34 years old, Kevin Dawson, his final game of his career, and he's going to swing this one in, and it's flicked away by a combination of 2 Tottenham heads. Kevin Dawson, one of the few players to have played for all 3 of Gloucestershire's senior football clubs, Cheltenham Town, Forest Green Rovers. Went to Cheltenham from Yeovil, then went to Forest Green Rovers, and then came to City. So he's done the rounds of all 3, and not many have done that. And that is the half-time whistle here at the Snow Stadium. It's AFC Tottenham 0, Gloucester City 0 at half-time. Not many chances really. The first one falling to Tottenham, Ethan Taylor, with a shot blocked by Tyrone Duffus at the other end. City's only real chance, only real clear-cut shot on goal, a Harry Pinchard effort, well saved by goalkeeper Ryan Gosney. And then just before half-time, the ball played over, and Ethan Taylor defied by a block of at least 2 City players, and then firing the rebound over. Tim, it's tight, it's tense, and it's still level. And what do you think Mike Cook will be saying to his players at half time?
I mean, I like to think he'd encourage them to do more of the same, really. I think we're the side that are playing football. I think Tottenham are very back. They defend in numbers, they attack in numbers. City are a bit more patient. They're passing it through the midfield. As we've already referred to, Kevin Dawson as the quarterback. He's playing the same thing. We've got Ellis on one flank, Williams on the other, Pinchard everywhere. So I think he'd be pleased. I mean, if nothing else, Tottenham aren't in front. So I think more of the same in the second half, and let's try and nick it.
Just try and get more of a forward threat if they can. I mean, we've seen Watts, we've seen Pinchard, we've seen Williams. They've all been busy on the ball, but they've not been. It's like a bit of a blue wall, isn't it? And they've not really been able to penetrate that as you'd like.
No, it'd be good. I can imagine Kieran Phillips coming on towards the end of the game to try and add that cutting edge. And let's hope that he comes on. You know, not when we're losing and we desperately need a goal, but when we're maybe drawing, and he can score that winner.
This wind's died down a little bit, hasn't it? But it's still sort of in gusts, isn't it? And City would hope that it's going to blow down away to our right-hand side, I think, in the second half, wouldn't they?
I think it is, isn't it? Yes, it's definitely going towards the goal that we'll be attacking. I'm just waiting. This is, of course, the Snows Stadium, and that's about the only bit of weather we haven't had so far today.
It certainly hasn't. And story of the game again, 0-0 here at the Tottenham. 2 chances for Ethan Taylor for the home side Tottenham, 1 chance for Harry Pinchard for City. But as it stands at the moment, It's still level here. It's AFC Totton 0, Gloucester City 0.
Match day.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
It's match day on all frequencies here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Half-time in your two commentary games. Hartlepool 1, Forest Green Rovers 0 in the National League. David Ferguson with the only goal in the North East on 38 minutes for Hartlepool. Forest Green have also had defender Ryan Innes go off injured. Elsewhere, in the Southern League Premier South playoff final between AFC Totton and Gloucester City on FM, on Freeview and also listen live, it is goalless. Harry Pinchard with the Tigers' best chance. We'll get you across plenty more scores very shortly.
BBC Radio 3 Unwind. Music to unwind your mind. Set yourself up for the morning.
Welcome. We have some wonderful sounds to experience together.
Bring calm to your afternoon.
This is the Mindful Mix.
And drift off to a peaceful sleep at night.
Every time I hear this track, I just start breathing slower.
Just ask your smart speaker to play Radio 3 Unwind.
Wake up. Okay, right, fine. We're back. I'm awake again. Very, very relaxing. Cricket sometimes can be relaxing, but it's building up to a tense finish at Old Trafford. They're at tea on the final day. Lancashire, remember, they started their second innings 139 runs behind Gloucestershire. They're now 178 for 6. They lead Gloucestershire by 39 runs with only 4 wickets remaining. Obviously, 32 overs minimum required in the evening session. Gloucestershire still very much in with a sniff. The wickets today in the Lancashire innings. Bell caught Bancroft, bowled Tom Price for 28. Jennings caught Bancroft, bowled Ajit Singh Dale for 16. Bahanan caught Bancroft, bowled Tom Price for 30. Marcus Harris stumped Bracey, bowled Graham Van Buren for 24. Hurst bowled Tom Price for 33. Balderson caught Bracey, bowled Van Buren for 2. The not-out batsman for Lancashire, Wells on 21, Hartley on 5. They'll have to restart again after the tea interval. The bowling for Gloucestershire, Tom Price, the pick of the bowlers, 3 for 42 from his 13 overs with 2 maidens. Graham Van Buren, 2 for 16 from his 9 overs with 4 maidens. So Van Buren, really putting the squeeze on. 1 wicket as well for Ajit Singh Dale. He's got figures of 13 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 42. After tea, ball-by-ball commentary resumes online via BBC Sport. In the snooker, Zhao Jintong very much in the lead and in control, needs 1 more frame to become World Snooker Champion for 2025. He leads Mark Williams by 17 frames to 8. I repeat, 17 frames to 8, Zhao Jintong leads. 1 more frame needed for victory. They're at the interval at the moment. So, conclusion in that one doesn't feel like it's going to be a late one as yet tonight, does it? Between sort of replicating 40 years ago, Steve Davis versus Dennis Taylor. I can remember going to bed before that got to anywhere near its conclusion, and then being amazed when I woke up the next morning. I think I had school the next day. That would have something to do with it. Let's get you across all of the scores then in the National League at half-time. Aldershot 1, Yeovil 0. Altrincham 0, Tamworth 1. Braintree 1, Rochdale 0. Eastleigh 0, York City 2. Fylde 0, Barnet 2. Gateshead 0, Southend United 0. Hartlepool 1, Forest Green Rovers 0, you know about. Maidenhead 1, Boston 0. Oldham 1, Ebbsfleet 0. Solihull 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. Sutton 0, Woking 1. And Wealdstone 3, Halifax 0. Those the half-time scores. What does that mean in the table then? Well, let's tell you. Barnet obviously champions. If it stays like it is at the moment, with Barnet winning 2-0, they would go to 102 points. They'd break the 100-point barrier for the season, which would be fantastic to them. Congratulations to them. And Owen Evans, of course, on loan goalkeeper from Cheltenham Town. York would be second on 96 points and into the playoffs. Forest Green, we already know, are third and will finish third. They would be staying on 82 points. Below them, Rochdale, guaranteed fourth on 74 points. We know that. Then it gets a little bit tricky. At the moment, as things stand, and everything can change, of course, Oldham would be fifth on 73 points. Halifax would be sixth on 70. Southend would be seventh on 68. That would mean in the playoff eliminators, Oldham would be at home to Halifax and Forest Green would be at home in the semi-finals to the winners of Rochdale or Southend United. Teams below that, Gateshead on 67 points, Tamworth 66. It's then Altrincham 63, Hartlepool 62 and Woking 60. That's the top half of the table. At the bottom, Ebbsfleet on 22, Fylde on 40. They're already down. Then it gets a little bit trickier. Maidenhead on 52, Wealdstone on 53, Dagenham and Redbridge on 54, Boston on 55. Then bit of a gap. Braintree and Yeovil both on 56, Aldershot and Solihull on 57, Sutton and Eastleigh both on 59. That's the situation then in the National League table. Let's look around at what else is happening in the world of sport today. And football really dominated by one story, because the England and Liverpool right-back Trent Alexander-Arnold has confirmed that he'll leave Premier League champions at the end of the season. Now, a few weeks ago, Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk decided to extend their time at Anfield. But for Alexander-Arnold, well, his time at the club has come to an end.
Still in the area, Alexander-Arnold's shot, it's in! Hermanson couldn't keep it out, and it's Trent Alexander-Arnold who scores the goal and rips his Liverpool shirt off and runs across to the fans and slides on his knees.
And the player made the announcement today earlier on social media.
I think the decision for me is personal. To change environment, to challenge myself elsewhere. It's not about wanting to find something better. It's about me and my personal journey as a player, and I feel like now is the right time for me to go and experience that.
Well, the 26-year-old's been at Liverpool since he was 6. He's out of contract on the 30th of June and is expected to join Real Madrid. With more, here's the BBC's football correspondent, Sami Mokbel.
It was an emotional social media post this morning in which he said, quote unquote, easily the hardest decision he's ever made in his life. It's not a decision he's obviously taken quietly, but it's one that he's come to. What is expected to happen now, just as much as him leaving wasn't a bombshell revelation, the fact that he will be joining Real Madrid in the coming weeks won't be a bombshell revelation here either. If it all goes according to plan, he will be at the Bernabeu next season following months of discussions between all parties. According to his post this morning, it's the challenge that's the motivator, really, not anything to do with the money. Quote unquote, again, he wants to take himself out of his comfort zone and push himself both professionally and personally.
Elsewhere, the England captain Harry Kane's won the first trophy of his career. His club Bayern Munich lifted the Bundesliga title to yesterday. Former Germany international player and coach Jurgen Klinsmann says it was inevitable Kane would win trophies with Bayern.
I always said that if Harry leaves Spurs at a certain moment in time, he will get that opportunity to win titles with his club team, and obviously going to Bayern Munich, the probability is very high. And I'm thrilled for him. I'm really thrilled for him because he deserves that so much.
There's one match in the Premier League tonight. Crystal Palace host Nottingham Forest. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. Forest, who are currently in 6th place, have a game in hand, and they would draw level with Newcastle and Chelsea on 63 points if they win. Manager Nuno Espirito Santo says it's a matter of sticking to principles.
It's the beginning, is the basic. One thing is for certain, so if we have till the end of the season the team that has more clean sheets, we're going to be in a good place.
In tennis, the British number 1, Jack Draper, says there's still more to come from him after losing a tough 3-set match to Casper Ruud in the final of the Madrid Open on Sunday. By reaching the final, Draper moved up to number 5 in the world rankings.
I knew I was good on the clay. I had a couple of really tight losses last year, and I just needed to get my foot in the door somewhere to show that I'm able to compete to a really high level on this surface. the biggest positive I'm taking away is the fact that I'm still learning how to move and play on this surface, and I'm right there competing with the best clay courters, the best guys on this surface in the world.
In Formula One, McLaren continued their strong start to the season with a 1-2 finish at the Miami Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri recorded his third straight win with teammate Lando Norris second and Mercedes' George Russell in third. Piastri is 16 points clear of Norris in the drivers' standings, while McLaren are more than 100 points clear of Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship standings. Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff says McLaren are in a different league.
They're happy that George drove a great race today, to be honest with everything. They took everything out of the car that was there, but not happy with overall the performance levels. McLaren is just in a different league. We've seen Verstappen there, we've seen Mercedes' car, having these kind of gaps, but it's just not satisfying.
That's Toto Wolff, the Mercedes team boss. Time to flag up what else is happening here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire sports-wise. Normally, we'd have a Monday night review, wouldn't we, between 6 and 7 of the weekend's sporting action. But, well, we've got a 4-hour sports show this afternoon, so we will bring you extra time after 6 o'clock and match day here today before Manny Massey's along at 7 o'clock this evening. So that's your evening sorted here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. And then later this week, we will build up to Gloucester's trip to Harlequins on Saturday. It's a 5:30 kickoff. Later start than usual to match day. It'll kick off at 5 o'clock with Steve Kitchen will be back in the chair for that one. Match day with commentary from Twickenham because Harlequins have moved the game from the Stoop. It's their early summer big day out at Twickenham, so Gloucester's players get to play at HQ, or the Allianz Stadium as it now is. It's no longer just Twickenham, is it? Or it'll always be the Cabbage Patch though, won't it? But Gloucester away to Harlequins on Saturday, 5:30 kickoff. Joe Durrant on between 2 and 5 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. And, well, hopefully we should be able to go back very quickly to our commentary teams and players we understand not yet on their way back out, but let's take you back to your commentary teams on DAB AM 1413 AM and also listen live on BBC Sport. It's off to the northeast. Forest Green, a goal down at Hartlepool. Describing the second half for you are Ruben Cowley and first of all, Billy Hunt. And here on FM, Freeview 716, and also listen live via bbc.co.uk/Radio Gloucestershire. It's off to Totton for the second half of Gloucester City's Southern League Premier South playoff final. It's goalless at the break, which wasn't the case in the semi-final on Wednesday night. Let's see if the Tigers can get a breakthrough in the second half and rejoin Tim Lezard and first of all, Mark Halliwell.
Thank you very much, Paul. Welcome back to the Snows Stadium. The rain has stopped. It's still very, very windy. It's still very, very cold. And the two sides are back on the pitch. Referee Brendan Scaife has just put the ball on the centre spot, and City are going to get us underway. There are no changes to the City side, which is Jared Thompson in goal, back four, Dan Ledbetter, Tyrone Duffus, Ben Richards-Everton and Dan Ball. Kevin Dawson sitting in the midfield, and then ahead of them Dale Grubb, Ellis Watts, Ed Williams and Harry Pinchard, with Joe Hanks the furthest forward. The bench for City: Ronnie Newbury, Kieran Phillips, Brandon Smalley, Harry Emmett and Curtis Jeanette Hudson. I'll give you the Totton side when we get a break in play, because Ed Williams is about to get the game underway, or he will when the referee sorts out the fact there was another ball on the pitch at the far end, which is now not on the field. He thumbs up to Ryan Gosney in the Tottenham goal, thumbs up to Jared Thompson in the City goal, and we are underway now for the second half. Ed Williams, City now playing from left to right, attacking the goal behind which most of their supporters are, and most of the City flags are stuck to the netting behind the goal. And Richard McIntyre, the left back for Tottenham, is going to take a throw level with the edge of his own penalty area, throws it down the line, flicked on by Lee, comes to Taylor, and then Ledbetter knocks it out for another throw. That Tottenham side, Ryan Gosney is the goalkeeper, Bennett, Osler, Magri and McIntyre the back four. Midfield they have Tanner and Collins, and then up front Lee, Taylor, Rendell and Seymour. That is the Totton side. Here is Leadbitter for City, right down below us too. Tyrone Duffus back in his own half, goes back to his goalkeeper Jared Thompson. Just will clear. I thought he was going to clear footed, but in fact he goes back to Duffus, and then he goes back to Thompson again. And Thompson is on the left-hand edge of his penalty area, and he's going to play this. He's going to play it forward. He comes out of his penalty area, he's in the left-back position, and plays it down the line. And in fact, it's going to run all the way down and out of play for a throw deep inside the Totton half. The Totton substitutes: Ben Jeppard, Adam Tommaso, Charlie Austin, Luke Hallett and Tom Blair. Ball thrown back to goalkeeper Gosney, who clears up towards Seymour, doesn't get anything on it, and it comes off Doofus, and then Seymour battles away for it with the City man, but that's going to run out of play for a Totton throw down in front of us. Takes it quickly. Here's Collins with the ball into the box. It's behind everybody and it's cleared away by Ed Williams, and now City have it. No, Totton have it to give it away, City, and now Totton have got it with Osler to Magri to Rendell, back again to Joe Osler, former Torquay player, good experience in the Football League. Ball cleared over to the far side, flicked on by a Totton man, but it's cleared away, and now Totton have a throw midway inside their own half, which the skipper, 38-year-old Scott Rendell, was going to take, but then doesn't. And Totton have it down that side, but City have won it back. And here's Dawson, corner of his own penalty area, and City look to clear. It's headed back into City territory to Rendell, battles away for it, and then a deep cross, and that's far too deep, and that hits the netting behind Jared Thompson's goal, and it will be a goal kick to City. So into the second half we go, and City still looking for that breakthrough as they strive to get themselves back into the National League system for the first time, the first attempt rather, having been relegated last season. And here is Tyrone Duffus, right hand side, and gets it back, Leadbitter, and then it's forced back by Roddy Collins, back to Thompson. Thompson plays it back to Duffus in the right back position down below us, into Pinchard on the edge of his own penalty area. Pinchard goes across the pitch and then drives it out to this near side, but that's not a great ball, and Dan Leadbitter can't keep that in, and Tottenham have a throw on the far side of the field, which Luke Bennett, the right back, is going to take. He throws it onto the chest of Tanner and then gets it back, and then again that's not a great ball, and that's gone straight out of play, and you can see already there, Tim, the wind affecting things again early in this second half. I mean, the flags aren't fluttering that much, but it's gusty, isn't it? It's gusty, there's nasty swirls around, and City playing it out from the back, which, as much as I love watching ticky-tacky attractive football, not when it's City not playing good for your around. Heart rate, is no, it? You just want them to just boot it up the pitch, get rid of it. Throw down the field, flicked on by Hanks, up towards Williams, headed away though by Osler, but this is going to break for City's main danger man really, Ellis Watts. Hanks Watts it down the left hand side. Here is Watts now. Watts into the penalty area, he's got three blue shirts around him, and then the ball into Hanks isn't the good one, and it's cleared away. Lee looks to flick it on, and then Lee knocks it forward, and now Seymour on the run. Seymour in a foot race with Richards Everton, who has fouled him. It's given us a foul, and that, I think, and now Richards Everton's going to get a yellow card, and he does. Richards Everton is booked for that, and I'm not sure there. I mean, it's big Ben Richards Everton against the slighter figure of Ben Seymour, and Richards Everton's always going to win the physical battle there, isn't he? He is. It's a bit unlucky really, City there, because the ball just sort of cleared on the halfway line and it bounced awkwardly, and Kevin Dawson was waiting underneath it to head it to safety, and he got caught up in a gust and sort of fell kindly for the Tottenham player who kicked it up towards Seymour. Free kick then, right on the corner of the penalty area, on this near side of the field, which is the Tottenham left, and Craig Tanner is over the ball. City have a wall of three, which is Watts, Williams and Grubb. Tanner puts his hand in the air, chips it to the far post, where it's dealt with, I think, by City, and it's gone out for a goal kick, and that's good defending by Richards Everton and Leadbitter at the far post. Not the greatest free kick by Tanner, but City just did their job and saw the ball out of play.
They did, didn't they? It's interesting you're talking about the free kicks, because it's not a dirty game, Mark, is it?
No.
I don't think there's been a nasty.
There haven't been many free kicks in the whole game. There really haven't been many free kicks, and the ball's been. You're right, Tim. It hasn't been that sort of game at all, and that really wasn't a dirty challenge. It was just to me, I felt a shoulder to shoulder, which Richards Everton, being the bigger man, is always going to win. He plays it in behind Hanks. Can he make the run? Is he onside? No, he's not. The offside flag is up just below us. I can just see the top corner of the flag as I look over the top of this gantry that we're on. We're on a scaffolding commentary gantry here at the Snow Stadium, up a rather precarious ladder, which Tim Lezard and I have had to negotiate to get ourselves up here.
Don't mention health and safety.
What we do for this, eh? God. Here's Gosney, long ball, right hand side, plays it out to the far side, headed away by City, drops again, and ball looks to play it forward. It comes off Scott Rendell, and that's going to be a throw to City on that far side. Just a reminder, City on the bench have Brandon Smalley, who came on Wednesday night, scored one of the penalties. Harry Emmett, who also came on late. Curtis Jevett-Hudson, who came on very early when Dan Leadbitter went off injured. And on the bench today, Kieran Phillips, the forward, preferred on the bench to Liam Cross. Flicked on, and Seymour can't quite get on the end of that. And Leadbitter did well, just got his body in front of Ben Seymour. And the ball went through to Jared Thompson. Ben Seymour's on loan from Torquay United. He was on loan when he was at City. He was on loan from Exeter City, so he's moved around in Devon a little bit, and as I said, he scored one goal for City, a winner in a game against East Thurrock United, who actually no longer exist as a football club. And that's a tackle by Dawson on Rendell, who's rolling around in midfield, and Kevin Dawson there, and the referee sending everybody away. The physio's coming on, the referees, there's Totton players, Gosney's out of his goal, there's practically everybody's in the centre circle bar about two players, and the referee's just explaining now to Ed Williams and to Joe Hanks, and he's had a chat with a few people, and he wants Kevin Dawson to come to him, and he's just had a chat with the Totton players there were. And it's a yellow for Kevin Dawson in his final game, and just caught, and it's a painful one, I think, for Scott Rendell, who's still led prone in almost bang on the halfway line, bang on the centre spot.
Well, he's there now because the actual tackle took place almost at the edge of the circle, but yes, he rolled and rolled.
He did a few rolls,
as if he was rolling down the hill. I think it was a late tackle. I don't think there was malice in it. I think he just stretched to try and get to the ball first,
just a bit late.
And Rendell was there quicker. So
I think he just exactly that. I think he went to get the ball, and Rendell just got his foot there before Kevin Dawson could. So third yellow for City of the game. Ed Williams and Ben Richards Everton also in the book, as well as Kevin Dawson. I have to say, Tim, I'm glad it was yellow, because as we know, this is Kevin Dawson's last game, and I mean that would have been a terrible way to have finished this career, wouldn't it?
It would have been really sad, and I think very unjust as well. I don't think, as I said,
I don't think it was a red card tackle at all. I think it was a case of, it's one of those painful ones. If you get caught on the foot and on the boot, boot on boot, they can really hurt, and I think that's there. I mean, Scott Rendell is up, he's walking off the pitch, and I'm pretty sure that
he's jogging off the pitch.
Yeah, and in two shakes of a lamb's tail, he'll be back on again. So Tottenham will have a free kick. It's in the centre circle. It's I mean, like you say, Tim, the actual offence took place a little bit further back from where Sam Magri is lining up the free kick, and there it goes, plays it over to the far side, headed away by Leadbitter. Watts holds it up, Dawson plays it forward, looks for Hanks, headed away by Whistler, and that will come out onto this near side for a throw to City, which Dan Leadbitter will take. How long would you leave it possibly, Tim, for for changes, get some fresh legs on people like Smalley or Phillips? Would you leave it a bit,
I think I'd leave it a bit longer. We're playing well. We haven't quite got that cutting edge that Smalley or Phillips could add. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Although having said that, of course, I wouldn't want to wait until we go behind. If we go behind before making the change,
that's
be a manager.
That's the job of the manager to try and time it right. Here's Ledbetter. Goes across the pitch, goes back to Richards Everton, plays it forward down the right hand side, but it's followed away by Tanner. That's going to drop out of play down here for a throw to City, which Dawson takes quickly, throws it back to Tyrone Duffus. Duffus finds Thompson on the edge of his penalty area, rolls it back again to Duffus, who then rolls it back again to Thompson, who takes a touch and then gives it back to Duffus again, and Seymour throws his head to the heavens, having done little doggies back and forth, and just got caught out there. And City have it again now with Pinchard in midway inside their own half to Richards Everton on the left hand side, goes on one more to Ball on the touchline, ball down the line to Williams. Williams cuts in, finds Grubb to Pinchard. Pinchard just checks back and then gives it back to Grubb, and then out to the far side to Ball, and then Ball into Williams inside the Totton half. Pinchard again left hand side. It's a bit tight there, so City look to come out to Hanks, who just takes that down on his chest and then looks to lay it off to Pinchard. Good defending though by Bennett on the far side for Totton, and he's got a couple of white shirts around him, and he's come away and he's done well there, and he's won a throw for his side, which gets him a round of applause from the Totton fans on the far side, and the City fans behind the goal, Tim, making plenty of noise to try and rouse their side as we are 12 minutes into this second half.
They're doing a good job, the City fans. I said earlier, it's lovely to see so many people here. Not everybody, of course, could make it. I'd like to say hello to Heath Brewer, our friend from the United States, and a special hello to my daughter Charlie and her boyfriend Ollie, who are listening from Vietnam.
Wow. And Heath's in North Carolina, you were telling me. So welcome to everybody listening wherever you are, whether you're in Vietnam or wherever. And ball over the top. Here's Lee for Totton, cleared away though by Ledbetter. Good defending. Here's Watts deep inside his own half, and then and the ball ricocheted off it. Dawson and Watts got into a terrible mistake, and it looped up into the Totton box, and there for a moment Gloucester box, and Ben Seymour just couldn't quite get it under control, and a bit of a let-off there, Tim.
Very much of a bit of a let-off. I don't think, when he said he couldn't get it under control, I don't think he could believe his luck that the ball had just landed at his feet.
I think it just took him by surprise. Here's Watts down the right-hand side now for City. He's got it's good defending by Tanner, and then it's cleared away, and City have it again now, and Dawson turns into trouble and then fouls Ethan Taylor. He's got to be careful, Kevin Dawson. And Roddy Collins there just saying to the referee, you've booked him, haven't you? And his fellow Irishman Dawson there. Here's Rendell back to Collins, out to the far side, and Magri just manages to keep that in and hook it forward towards Seymour. Richards Everton has got a bit of defending to do and does it well. Clears it away, Rendell heads it down, and then good play by Grubb on the far side. Tottenham fans thought that ball had gone out, but it hasn't. Up to Hanks. Hanks controls that well on his chest. Hanks does well there. Good ball forward by Ball, looking for the run of Pinchard, and then sliced into the crowd by Collins, out of the ground and over into the trees on the far side of the field. And City will have a throw probably about 25 yards from the Tottenham goal down the left hand side, and we have played an hour here at the Snows Stadium. Tottenham 0, AFC Tottenham 0, Gloucester City 0 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire FM. Preview and listen live. Ball played forward, and it goes through to the goalkeeper. 81333 for your text to Paul in the studio. Put Gloss as the first word of your text. 08000 321 333 on the WhatsApp. Once again, Gloss is the first word of your text, or if you're using X, it's at BBC Gloss. Tim, we've had an hour, still tight, still tense, still anybody's game.
It is. It's interesting. You think of the FA Cup final, and it tends to be more often than not rather a dull game, isn't it? People too scared to lose, and the semis are better.
Just break off as Pinchard makes a great run. Still going, Pinchard. It's 25 yards and goal. Still going, Pinchard. And the shot comes in. Terrific run. It was almost a 40-yard run by Pinchard. And Craig Tanner did really well to get his foot in there. And that would have been some goal if Harry Pinchard had rounded that run off.
Incredible. I'm surprised after the effort he put in on Wednesday that he can even walk, let alone run. What a fantastic, mazy run that was. And very good defending just to send it skewing off for a corner.
Which Dale Grubb is going to take from the far corner of the field. Swings it headed away at the near post by Totton. And now they're going to look to come on the break. It's Ethan Taylor. That's good defending, good play by Watts just to win the ball back for City. Here's Williams into the centre circle to Ball out to the right hand side, and just Bennett just nicks it off the foot of the City man Grubb, but it's given as a City throw, and then the ball drops to Dawson. Back to Ball on the left hand side. Ball looks to swing it in, looking for Hanks. Magri has to slide in and defend that at the near post, and then Bennett up against Hanks again, and good play by Hanks, and he's won the throw and he's taken it quickly to Grubb into the edge of the box to Pinchard, back to Hanks in the box, just loses his just a bit of a poor touch that by Hanks just when he needed to, and cleared away by Sam Magri. But City just having a little bit of pressure at the moment. Tim just putting the pressure on, just having a bit more territory in the Tottenham half.
It's good to see again. It's our neat passing football that's making the difference, really. Gradually breaking down the Tottenham defence. We just need that one clear-cut chance.
Williams, can he provide it? He provided a cracking goal on Wednesday out to Watts, who had a good first half and been a bit quieter this half. He's grabbing a bit of space to that man Pinchard again. Pinchard, twist and turn out to the far side to Dan Ball, the left back again to Pinchard, left hand corner of the penalty area, looks to take on Rendell, goes back to Ball, he's got a bit of space for a cross, but he just tries to play it in, just tried to play in a ball to Ed Williams, and it runs out of play, and maybe a cross there, Tim, would have been a better option.
It was slightly just out of his reach, wasn't it? I'm not sure whether the wind suddenly dropped then or not. But another good attacking move from City, and Pinchard right at the heart of it again.
Yeah, I like Harry Pinchard. He's some player, Welshman from Chepstow. Played for Cardiff City and Hereford before coming to City. It was Jan Kukowski when he was at City who brought Harry Pinchard over from Hereford, and what a good move that was. Yeah, I've been impressed with him in the two games I've seen. Ball into the chest of Seymour. City fans want handball, not given. Seymour, good play, and that's a nice piece of play by him out to the right hand side to Rendell. Rendell's low ball in. Good goalkeeping by Thompson as Tony Lee went in for that one. Seymour again. Seymour right hand side. Ball comes in, cleared away. Can Seymour win it again? No. Grubb does well for City. Wins it. Ball clears up towards Hanks. Push in the back surely. Referee blows. Obvious push in the back. Sam Magri doesn't agree, but that was as clear as day.
That was a terrific save from Darren Thompson.
Did well, didn't he?
Dived right at the feet of the Tottenham striker then to save what looked like a certain goal.
Had to be careful, didn't he? It was a good ball in from Rendell, but had to be careful not to foul him. But he did make the save. He got there, and good goalkeeping by the City number one, Jared Thompson. Because his brother played for City as well, didn't he? Connor as a goalkeeper too. So. Family footsteps.
It's good, and it's nice to see him wearing yellow as well.
Do you like that, do you?
Yes, yeah, we like watching Gloucester City playing in yellow, and he's got black shorts on as well.
Oh, there you are. There's a throw to City now on this near side, which Dan Ledbetter is going to take. He's done well, Dan Ledbetter, and passed the fitness test very late in the day to be able to play in this game, and he's done well. 65 minutes in now. And he's done very, very well. And here's Ball knocks it forward looking for Hanks, but Magri gets his head to it, and Osler then has to clear up. It wasn't the best header by Magri, and then that is a good header by Lee, and a strong tackle by Richards Everton. And now here's Taylor Taylor to Rendell in the centre circle. Rendell out to this near side to Roddy Collins for AFC Totton. Collins plays a short one down the line. McIntyre with a low ball in. Good defending at the near post by Dawson. And then it's cleared away, and now City can come away with it. And it's Pinchard again on a run, and he's fouled by Bennett actually. And Bennett is going to become the first AFC Totton player to get a yellow card for that tackle, or that block really, on Harry Pinchard.
I think it might have been for dissent actually. When he got in the way, he sort of put his hand up in a dismissive sort of gesture, but maybe it was a combination of the two.
I think it probably was. I don't know, is this a substitution? I think it might well be. Is it? No. City have definitely got a substitute ready on that far side there. It's not going to be made at the moment.
It's Brandon Smalley.
Brandon Smalley, he's just going to walk back again. He's been told to put a bib on. Thompson, and that's going to go straight out of play on the near side into the City fans down below us, away to our left hand side on the terrace. As we said, around 600 were meant to be making the trip here to Totton today, as the wind picks up again, as you can probably hear. Dawson volleys it across the pitch, looks for the run of Grubb. That's good play by Rendell. Here's Magri into Rendell again. He's dropped a lot deeper, Scott Rendell, since half time. That's good play on the far side by Bennett. Bennett still going, and was a really good foot in actually by Kevin Dawson, and that won the ball back and actually won the throw for City as well. Good play by Dawson. As I say, 34 years old, playing his final game of his career. He told me on Wednesday night he has an opportunity which he's taking up. We'll wait and see what that is in the coming weeks and months. Flicked on then by Lee, but that's good defending by Duffus, who clears it down the line. Hanks looks to head it on and run on, try and flick it over the head of Joe Osler, but can't do so. And now the flag is up for a substitution, but it's not going to be made because the referee didn't see it. Brandon Smalley has a bib on there, and Mike Cook's not happy with that. I think he's saying to the referee, I wanted to make a substitution there. Who do you think will come off? Will it be? Oh, and that's given away. And now here's Pinchard. Can he go around the goalkeeper? Great goalkeeping by Gosney actually. Really good goalkeeping. And Harry Pinchard holds his hands to his face. He knows that was a clear-cut chance, but Ryan Gosney did really well to come out and deny him.
He did. I mean, Gosney was actually most of the way out anyway when he gave the ball away, but gilt-edged opportunity for Harry Pinchard.
I can see on his face. Here's Ethan Taylor. Can he get away? And that's good defending by Richards Everton. Into Williams, plays a good ball forward. Here's Williams to Watts. Watts gets away down the right hand side, gets away from Tanner. He's got McIntyre there with him. Watts cuts across the pitch, still going Watts across the pitch. Can he get a shot in? It's half blocked. Hanks with a volley over the bar and into the crowd, offside anyway.
And so, the keeper's on the ground now.
And there we go. This is what I mean.
Sitting down.
Yeah. So Hanks off and Smalley on is the change that City are going to make after 69 minutes here at Totton. So 20 minutes to go, 21 minutes to go plus stoppage time. AFC Totton 0, Gloucester City 0. Just a reminder that it will be extra time, there will be penalties if needed to decide which of these sides will go up into the National League system. Totton, if they win this game, would go into National League South. City, if they win this game, one would suspect would go into National League North. And the two sides just having a little drink and a little chat with the manager as Gosney gets treatment for probably an injury that he hasn't even got. And what do you make of that change? Smalley on for Hanks?
I think it's good. I think we needed a cutting edge. I mean, Joe Hanks, so what a player for City. I mean, if anybody embodies the passion for this club, it's him. I mean, he played for us for a while. He went away to Chippenham, and as soon as he could, he came back. And he's been at the heart of this team for the last 2 years. And if anybody deserves promotion, it's him, I think.
As I said before, played 36 league games for Cheltenham Town, and in my view should have played a lot more. I feel he was not very well treated, in my view, by some Cheltenham Town managers who didn't pick him and brought in players on loan to play in midfield, when in my view Joe could have could have played there. Scored an unbelievable goal at Bury on the opening day of the 2014-15 season for Cheltenham, that won them the game, and that was the year Cheltenham got relegated. Ball played forward to Taylor. He's in, and Taylor lofts it over the keeper and scores, and AFC Totton have the goal, and there's people and they're celebrating wildly in the corner. It was played forward, it was knocked on by Tony Lee, and Ethan Taylor just ran in behind and lobbed it over Jared Thompson as he came out. There's 20 minutes to go, there's 70 minutes on the clock. It's AFC Totton 1, Gloucester City 0, and City there just caught napping a little bit really there, Tim.
I think they were with the ball that went through, wasn't it? It was a good finish. Disappointing. I mean, I feel sorry for the players because City have given everything so far. There's still time to come back into it, and let's hope that we do.
So yeah, just caught out really, and you can just see there's a little bit of disappointment on the faces of Duffus and Richards Everton there. Just feel that that was a good little nudge forward by Tony Lee, and Ethan Taylor made a really good run and got in behind and just managed to loft it over Jared Thompson as he came out from about 8 yards out.
And that miss from Pinchard now looks
that's the one,
really
isn't
bad.
it? Yeah, how things change. Harry Pinchard at one end, very nearly, and it just came as well, Tim, after that little break, didn't it? After that little sort of open quotes timeout close quotes happened, and maybe City not quite switched on again after that.
Possibly. I mean, who knows? Let's hope that we come back like we did on Wednesday.
And that's what City have got to do now. They've got to come from behind. 72 minutes on the clock here. AFC Totton 1, Gloucester City 0. Ethan Taylor with the goal for Totton. Here's Richards Everton into Pinchard, who just that's going to be a foul. That's going to be a free kick, and I think it's probably going to be a yellow card, and it is for Roddy Collins in midfield there. Just caught Harry Pinchard, and now City even more need players like Watts, Pinchard, Grubb. They need them to step up. Ball over to the far side. Can Watts keep that in? No, he can't, and that's gone out of play on this near side for a throw to City. So 17 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and Harry Pinchard, Kevin Dawson called over. I think Harry Pinchard maybe he was unhappy with something, and he's just saying, I think, to Kevin Dawson, tell him to stop, tell him to cut that out. I think a little bit of back chat maybe from Harry Pinchard that referee Brandon Scaife not happy with. Throw down the line then from McIntyre. Dawson wins the header. Here is Grubb battling away for it, but Tanner wins it for Totton. Tanner over to the far side to Bennett, under pressure from Pinchard. Bennett going across the pitch, plays it down the line, cut out well though by Dan Ball. Ball gives it to Duffus into Williams.
Interesting that Williams and Watts have swapped flanks again.
Yeah,
like they did on Wednesday.
They did briefly, didn't they? On Wednesday, swapped over. So Williams now down the right hand side. Watts has gone to the left, and Ledbitter's ball down the line to Williams. Can he keep this in? Yes, he can. Williams up against the goal scorer Taylor. Williams cuts it back to Ledbitter. Ledbitter, corner of the edge of the penalty area to Dawson. Dawson down the line looking for Ledbitter, but it's cleared away, and Tony Lee is going to run with Tyrone Duffus after that. And Tony Lee has actually gone over the advertising. He's gone over the fence on the edge of the pitch, and he's lying on his back. He's now lying on his back on the concrete over the back of the pitch. It's right down below us, and I'm just peering over the top here. He's now up on his knees. Is Lee, and he's coming back onto the field of play after that collision with Tyrone Duffus, and he's just having a chat with the referee. Tony Lee actually had a loan spell at one point in his career with Cirencester Town, so any Cirencester Town listeners may remember Tony Lee playing for the Centurions. Here's Richards Everton over to the far side to Dan Ball for City. We've got to come from behind here. 15 minutes to go in the Southern League Premier South Promotion final. AFC Totton 1, Gloucester City 0. Dawson is nudged off the ball, and then it goes out for a throw which City want to take quickly, which they do through ball up towards the substitute Smalley. His first touch goes back again. Here's Dawson to Grubb, leaves it for Watts. Watts has one more to Pinchard. He's got Leadbitter out here. He wants him. Here is Leadbitter down the right hand side. He's got two blue shirts around him, gives it back to Pinchard. Pinchard looks up, short ball to Watts. Watts goes on one more. Richards Everton with a shot, just too high, over the bar and into the City fans behind the goal. The big centre half coming up, and that was about 25-30 yards out, but a couple of yards too high.
Yes, it was. It's a shame really, but a nice bit of time wasting for the Totton keeper, who's actually just been told to hurry up. He went to the City fans to collect the ball. They gave it to him and he dropped it and let it dribble along to the edge of the box. He's now picked it back up, and of course he's taking it from the other end of the box.
Of course he is. Good luck from the Keyway drivers is a message that I've got. Good luck to City from the Keyway drivers. Thanks for your message. Harry Emmett is on now for City, and that's Dale Grubb going off on the far side. So 77 minutes gone. Harry Emmett coming on now to play down the left hand side for City, former Long Levens man. Played forward. Here's Ben Seymour into the penalty area, lays it across. Richards Everton defends it and defends it just about, and City then managed to clear to Williams. Good tackle though by Tanner does well, beats a couple of players. Can he get a cross in? He's on the far side of the field, plays it back to Rendell out to the far side, and Tottenham looking to get a cross in as they look for a second goal after Taylor put them in front about 5 minutes ago. Tanner to Rendell again, back to Tanner, and City have done well there. City have pressed really well and forced them to go all the way back to their goalkeeper Gosney. I mean, this is a team, Tottenham, as I said earlier, they've scored in every home game this season. They've kept 15 clean sheets and they've got the best defence in the league. So City have a real task on here to find this goal in the last 12 minutes, Tim.
They do, but we've had our chances, haven't we? We've had a couple of chances, especially that Pinchard run just before they scored. So we're not out of it yet.
Not out of it yet, definitely not. Ball, plays it down the left looking for the run of Emmett, but it drops to Williams. Emmett's on the left if he wants him, but Williams cuts in from that left hand side, looks to play it into Smalley in the penalty area. Smalley out to Emmett, left hand side. Emmett up against Tony Lee, who does well. Good tackle by Lee, the forward, who is all the way back defending. Here's ball into Pinchard up against Rendell. Pinchard got two men around him, and that time it comes off Luke Bennett and goes behind. Luke Bennett stays on his hands and knees, and Tottenham have a corner. Gloucester rather have a corner on the far side of the field with 11 minutes to go plus stoppage time. AFC Tottenham 1, Gloucester City 0. A goal from Ethan Taylor in the 70th minute rather, giving AFC Tottenham the lead. Ed Williams, scorer of course of that fantastic equaliser on Wednesday, and the winning penalty as well. What can he do from this corner? City have plenty of bodies forward, goes across. Duffus can't get his head on it. There's a City player on the floor. Nothing's given. It's out to this near side, and Ellis Watts wins a throw, which he takes quickly to Smalley to twist and turn to Dawson goes across the pitch. Ed Williams in a bit of space, 35 yards and goal. Can he have a shot? He can, but he can't get the same connection as he did on Wednesday, and the ball dribbles across the face of goal and out for a goal kick, which Ryan Gosney is not going to hurry in taking.
No, amazing. He started chasing the ball, suddenly remembered he was winning and went back to dry his hands, and it's not raining, so I don't know why his hands were wet. Anyway, the referee's on it, which is quite nice to see, and told him to hurry up.
Yep, there's another signal there as if to say, get on with it please. Now it goes. Richards Everton with the header for City. Ball played forward into the City half, headed away by Leadbitter. Good volley forward again. That time Duffus with the header away. Richards Everton helps him, but Tottenham have it on the far side. Offside flag. Ben Seymour coming back from an offside position there, and there's the signal. That's the signal from the assistant on the far side, and Ben Richards Everton will leave that for Jared Thompson, who takes it quickly to Pinchard into Williams in midfield. Williams, right hand side for City, into the feet of Smalley. Smalley comes away from his man. He's a bit deep though, Brandon Smalley. City will want him further up the pitch. Good tackle though by Tanner. Wins the ball back for AFC Totton as they look to break down the right hand side. Good ball inside to Scott Rendell. Scott Rendell has got Seymour on. He's also got Lee on the far side. Taylor wants it on the far side of the box. Ball comes in, flicked on by Seymour, headed down. Can Rendell get a shot in? No, because Dan Ledbetter did really well to get his body in the way and clear it. Here's Pinchard now for City looking to come forward. Game's got to really open up now as City look for an equaliser, and Tottenham will look for a second goal to try and kill it. Here's Emmett on the far side for City, left hand side, into the feet of Williams, 35 yards from goal. Williams beats one man, beats two, goes down, free kick, and Ethan Taylor will get a yellow card, and City will have a free kick probably no more than 22-23 yards out from goal, dead centre. Good chance to try and test Ryan Gosling.
Yes, another good move from City. You're right, the game's completely opened up now. City are obviously at risk of being caught on the break, but they broke very quickly themselves then, and a good chance for Ed Williams, and he was brought down right on the edge of the box.
Referee's going to pace out the 10 yards. I don't think Tottenham are quite there yet. I think they've got to go back just a couple more. There's a wall of 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a draft excluder. Who's going to be the draft excluder? Roddy Collins is the unlucky fellow who's going to have to lie down on the floor behind the wall. And Brandon Smalley is over it. Also Kevin Dawson not too far away. Smalley, and that's just too high. Ryan Gosling swings on the bar, and the ball ends up behind his goal with the City fans. And good effort from Smalley, but just a little bit too high. Tony Lee is now on the floor, and the referee summons on the physios. And once again, we're going to have a stoppage. Yes, it is more time wasting. 7 minutes to go, plus stoppage time here at AFC Totton. AFC Totton 1, Gloucester City 0. Ethan Taylor's goal separating the two sides, and this is frustrating. This is what Tottenham want, isn't it, Tim? They want to break the game up. They want to slow it down as much as they possibly can.
They do, and I know every team does it, but it is exceptionally frustrating because it's the fans, it's us that miss out. You know, we pay for 90 minutes of football.
I hate it,
and we don't get any of it.
Tim, I tell you now, I absolutely hate it. It's the bane of my life in football. Is time wasting, and they go, oh, it's game management. It's not. It's blatant cheating.
Yes.
In my view.
Yeah, I agree.
I bore people to death with it, and now I'm going to bore you to death with it. Tony Lee is coming on. No, I won't mention foul throws, Paul Fairley. Tony Lee is coming on, or coming off rather, and coming on in his place is Adam Tommaso. I thought they were going to bring Charlie Austin on there. In fact, he was on the sideline, Charlie Austin, and then they've changed their mind and they're bringing on the midfielder Adam Tommaso instead. And I think City are going to make a change as well. They are. Tyrone Duffus is coming off, and so City are going to go to 3 at the back, and they're bringing on Curtis Jemmett-Hudson. Now I don't think he's going to play it right back, Jemmett-Hudson. I think he's going to go up front, and they're going to look for. Yeah, he's going to go up front with Brandon Smalley. So City going to play 3 at the back now. Ledbetter's going to drop into that back 3 alongside Dan Ball and Ben Richards Everton. So it's almost going to be a 3-4-3, I would think, now for City for the rest of this game. Ball out to this near side then, first of all to Ethan Taylor, the goal scorer for Tottenham. Taylor, but he's good challenge comes in from Pinchard, and then in the end it's Ledbetter who knocks it out. We get 5.5 minutes to go plus stoppage time here at the Snow Stadium. It's AFC Tottenham 1, Gloucester City 0 on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. And there's a throw coming in from McIntyre for Tottenham into the penalty area, cleared away by Ledbetter, and now Watts has it down the right hand side. Challenge comes in, good tackle by the opposite number 20, Ledbetter, but McIntyre rather, but it goes out for the throw, and City actually get the throw, which Ledbetter takes, goes back to his goalkeeper, and City will start again from the back. 5 minutes to go. BBC Radio Gloucestershire on FM, Freeview, and listen live here, live from the Snow Stadium in Totton on the Western edge of Southampton. Southern League Premier South playoff final. AFC Totton 1, Gloucester City 0. The 70th minute goal from Ethan Taylor, separating the two sides, and at the moment putting AFC Totton into National League South for the first time in their history. Ball into Watts. Watts holds it up. He's got two men around him. Goes back to Dawson. Dawson goes back to Watts. Watts goes across the pitch to Dan Ball for City. Ball out one more to Emmett. Back again to Ball. Ball goes back to Richards Everton inside his own half. Good pressing by Tottenham, keeping City penned in rather. Ball down the line and it's a poor ball by Ball. Goes out of play, comes off Emmett, and Tottenham will have a throw. And time, Tim, is running out for City.
It is, but we only need that one chance, don't we? And we've got to believe that we can take it. You know, we've come back from behind several times this season, so we know we've got it in them.
Jemmett Hudson looks to play it on, but it's good play by Bennett. It's up in the air. Magri battles away for it with Jemmett Hudson. Here's Pinchard. He's got Taylor behind him. He does well though. There's Pinchard, foul given. Free kick to City. Pinchard will take it. Seymour just stands in front and tries to stop him taking it, but Pinchard does take it and finds Watts. Watts very central, gives it to Ledbetter down the right hand side. He's got Dawson outside him, goes into the feet of Smalley. Smalley is fouled and that'll be a free kick, and that time it's the goal scorer Taylor. And just forcing Tottenham into fouls at the moment, City. 3 minutes on the clock. Quick free kick taken. Here's Watts. Probably too quick actually. Watts. Dawson looks to make a run. Watts looks to go down the right hand side. He almost gets the ball stuck under his feet, but he's still got it. And that's going to be a corner, I think. Oh, and the referee's given a goal kick. Well, the assistant it was who gave it, and I'm not sure about that. That to me looked like a corner, Tim, I have to say. But the referee disagrees.
Yes, it looked like a corner to me as well. And again, the keeper wasting a bit more time. Then Ed Williams went to get the ball for him. And now he's changed hands again. Now he's going to
get booked. Yeah, yellow card for the goalkeeper. Yellow card for the goalkeeper. Not a surprise. Ryan Gosney taking his time. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and he's trying to slow it down as much as he can. Gosney clears long. Richards Everton with a header. Jemmett Hudson beaten in the air by Magri. Dawson hooks it forward. Can Watts win the header? Yes, he can. Heads it across the pitch, but it's a blue shirt of Tommaso who knocks it forward towards Seymour. Can't get it under control, and Richards Everton, all he can do is nod it out for a throw to Tottenham, about 20 yards from goal on this near side, the left-hand side. Now remember, in the semi-final on Wednesday there was plenty of drama in stoppage time here, because about this time Tottenham were 2-0 down. They scored 3 goals in stoppage time, then Dorchester equalised, and then Charlie Austin got an extra time winner. So hold on to your hats, folks, maybe it's not over yet. Here's McIntyre down the left-hand side, but Ledbetter nudges it out for a throw, and Tottenham make another 4 or 5 yards down their left-hand side. And McIntyre's going to take this throw. He's about 4 or 5 yards from the corner flag on this near side as I crane my head around the gantry that we're on. Tottenham player goes down. Foul by Watts given. Free kick. And Tanner just sits on the floor contemplating the fact that he's now going to get up and take this free kick, and he'll swing it into the box, I'm sure. There's a substitution about to be made. This might well be the player they were about to bring on a few minutes ago. It's Charlie Austin, the veteran striker, and Ben Seymour is going to go off, and the referee is telling Seymour that he's got to go off behind the goal as quickly as he can. So Charlie Austin, 35 years old, former Burnley, QPR, Sheffield United, West Bromwich Albion, Southampton, Swindon Town, you name it, he's played for them. Also got an England call-up. He was in an England squad in 2016, didn't get a cap. But the 35-year-old is on now for these. Well, we're 5 seconds away from finding out how much stoppage time is going to be given. And City will want to see as high a number as possible on that fourth official's board when it does go up. I make it 45 minutes is already up. But anyway, and it's going to be a goal kick, and Tanner just kicks the ball away as far as he can. Referee doesn't do anything. Well, I make it that we're over 45 minutes and we still haven't seen a ball from the fourth official, so we'll see what happens. Here's City look to try and build another attack then with Kevin Dawson. Very deep inside his own half. Dawson looks up, he wants some help. Williams comes very deep as well. City will want players like Williams a lot further up the pitch than they are. Here's Ledbetter to Dawson to Richards Everton, over to the far side, then to Ball to Richards Everton. Well, I make it we're 46 minutes into the half and still haven't seen a ball on the far side. I think he's got it in his hand now. Here's Watts down the line to Jeanette Hudson on this right hand side. He's got 3 blue shirts around him. What can he do? He can't do anything. He's given it away, and McIntyre, good tackle by Ledbetter, and then Pinchard does really well to come away from Tommaso. Can he go? He's going across the pitch. He's almost off balance. Is Pinchard, gives it then to Ball through the middle, but it's cut out by Sam Magri, and then one back again well by Dawson. Referee plays advantage. Ball's clipped into the box looking for Williams, volleyed away by Osler. City looking to try and find an equaliser here. We're in stoppage time here in Hampshire. I don't know how much stoppage time we got because I didn't see a ball. Here's Jemmett Hudson for City. It's cleared away there by McIntyre. City have it again. Pinchard, 2 or 3 yards inside the Totton half in the centre circle to Ed Williams. Ed Williams comes across the pitch. Williams goes down, tackle, free kick. City will have the chance to play a ball forward, and it's played very quickly. Williams takes it quickly to Dawson. Dawson out to this right hand side to Watts. Watts down the right hand side for City. Can he get a cross in? Watts left footed, plays it into the box, flicked on by Smalley, but then away. Jemmett Hudson does well, wins the ball back for City, but it's cleared away again by Totton. Austin runs after it, but Richards Everton will beat him to it. Good battle of 2 vastly experienced players there. Here's Ledbetter striding forward for City into their Totton half, and ball just runs away from Ed Williams and it's cleared away. Austin chests it down, but Dawson nicks it off him. Good play by the City skipper. Austin chases after him. Dawson can't get it through. There's just blocked by the shins of a couple of Tottenham players, and City just being frustrated at the moment. The blue wall is keeping them out as they look for this equaliser deep in stoppage time. Here's Pinchard. Good tackle comes in for Tottenham, but Williams has it now for City, 35 yards from goal, plays it into Smalley, edge of the penalty area. Smalley though is outnumbered, but he's won it back, and Tottenham slice clearance by Magri and then volleyed clear again by Bennett. One in the air by City, cleared away by Tottenham into the half, and Ben Richards Everton will head this back to Jared Thompson. I make it that we're 3.5 minutes over the 45. Here is Ledbetter for City. Ledbetter down this right hand side to Watts. Watts comes in off the touchline to find Dawson. Dawson into Pinchard. Pinchard in the centre circle. He's got Austin behind him, but he goes away from him. He's got Ledbetter down the right hand side, and that'll be a City throw. 25 yards from goal. Here's Pinchard, right hand side. Pinchard's got 2 around him, gives it into Watts. Watson goes on one more to Dawson, 35 yards from goal. Dawson to Williams. Williams in to the edge of the penalty area to Smalley. Smalley to Ledbetter. Pinchard's just almost pulled up, I think, there, and then the cross from Ledbetter comes off, and City have a corner, and we're 4 minutes into stoppage time, and Tim, this could be it.
Well, yes, let's hope for a last gasp equaliser here. I didn't see how many minutes went up for the ball.
I didn't even see it. Now Kieran Phillips, this is Kieran Phillips for Ed Williams. Very late change.
It's either that or it's 79 minutes of injury time.
Well, City would like that, obviously. So Kieran Phillips is on, and also Totton making a change, and Luke Bennett and Luke Hallett coming on for Luke Bennett. No, nobody seems to know how much stoppage time there is, because I don't even think City have put it up on their Twitter feed, so on their X feed, so bit of a mystery, that one. But anyway, so Bennett is off and Hallett is on for Tottenham, or is he? What's going on? all sorts of confusion going on here. Somebody needs to go off the pitch.
I think there's another substitution, and surprise, Totton, the Totton player who's been
they changed the player. They changed their mind.
Notice it.
They're taking Ethan Taylor off instead, the goal scorer. They were going to take Bennett, the right back, off and put Hallett on, but they changed their minds. So Luke Hallett, once on the books of Forest Green, when Jimmy Ball was the academy manager there, comes on for these last few seconds, or however long there is, because nobody seems to know. And Harry Pinchard will take the corner from this left-hand side, swings it right in over the goalkeeper. It's bundled about, and there's a City player in the net. That's Ledbetter, and the referee's given a foul. And that was a good corner by Pinchard. Just a shame, really, that a white shirt couldn't get on the end of it.
Yeah, a very good corner again. It was one of those mystery free kicks when the only player that was down was I think it was Richard Everton in the net for City, but there didn't seem to be a foul at all.
No, I think it's probably one of those ones where the goalkeeper's stretching for the ball, so the referee feels he must have been fouled. Final score at Victoria Park, it's finished Hartlepool United 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. Goal kick from Gosney is long into the City half. It's all eyes really on Brandon Scaife here, and
he just looked at his watch.
He did. He's looked at it again. Williams out to the near side. Here's Harry Emmett to Dawson, one more on to Richards Everton. City need the ball to go forward. It's going sideways, they need it to go forward. Here's Ball, and that's a poor ball by Ball, and that's out of play, and it's cheered by the home fans. And Kieran Phillips is going to run after the ball and collect it, because the Totton player is just far too tired to make that little run all the way down there. 7 minutes over now here at Totton. AFC Totton 1, Gloucester City 0. Ethan Taylor's goal separating the two sides. Head up in the air. Here's Austin, good play by Watts. Can he bundle his way through about 4 challenges? No, he can't. Cleared away into City territory, and Dan Ball chases back after the ball. Under pressure from Tanner. Ball just plays a long ball forward. Smalley flicks it on. Cleared away, and that is that. Totton players sink to their knees. City players sink to their knees. Kevin Dawson has his hands on his head. And AFC Totton, there is jubilation from the home supporters. AFC Totton are promoted to National League South. It's disappointment and desolation here for Gloucester City. Ethan Taylor's goal in the 70th minute has got AFC Totton promotion to National League South. It's not to be for City. It's desolation and disappointment. Tim Lezard, it just wasn't quite there for City today.
It wasn't, was it? I think ultimately it was our lack of cutting edge up front was the trouble. Joe Hanks has been amazing all season. He scored more than 20 goals, but we did just miss a striker. I think today would have made a difference. There's a bit of argy-bargy going with some of the Totton fans.
Well, one of the Totton fans has gone up to Joe Hanks, and there's no need for any of that nonsense. Celebrate your win, but there's no need for that. And somebody just thrown some idiot has just thrown, I think, something into the City fans. I mean, there's no need for that. Tottenham have won the game. Celebrate your win and just leave it alone.
And now someone's having a
nonsense.
Kieran Phillips as well. It's a shame, this, really. I mean, City played very well. I'm not sure they deserved to lose. I think it was a very tight game. We said, Mark, with about 15 minutes to go, there was one goal in it.
And their one goal it was. Ethan Taylor's goal means it's finished here. AFC Tottenham 1, Gloucester City 0.
Match day.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
It's match day on all frequencies. Your match day on all frequencies. Full times in your 2 commentary games this afternoon. Commiserations to Gloucester City. They've lost their Southern League Premier South playoff final 1-0 at AFC Totton. Ethan Taylor with the only goal of the game on 70 minutes. The Tigers kept pushing but couldn't get anything back in around about 7 or 8 minutes of stoppage time. In the National League on 14:13 a.m. on DAB and also online via BBC Sport. Hartlepool United 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. David Ferguson with the goal for the home side in the 38th minute. And then Christian Deutsch on as a sub, as he's done several times this season, rescuing Rovers with a late goal in the 90th minute. We'll get you across all of the other scores very shortly.
People Cottage is a lot like our relationship, constantly working on it.
On BBC iPlayer.
Come on!
Joe's definitely a big kid.
He's just a young person in some old body.
I think you might want another award, babe. Worst dressed.
Stacey and Joe.
Welcome to marriage.
Watch on BBC iPlayer.
As ever, plenty of good things available on the iPlayer, including some fascinating sports documentaries. And the summer's always a really good time for them, even if there isn't a major international football tournament this year. BBC Scotland, they've done some very good things as well. If you remember Jim McLean's Dundee United team, sweeping all before them in Scotland in the 80s, going to Barcelona and knocking Barcelona out in the UEFA Cup and things like that. Some really good documentaries to get your teeth into there. Latest in the snooker, Zhao Xintong leading Mark Williams by 17 frames to 8 going into this evening's session.
Match day.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Well, it's 5 o'clock and it's time to round everything up. A few minutes ago, we were hoping Gloucester City actually would avoid us having to do this now, but they could have taken it into extra time. They kept pushing, but unfortunately, the Tigers season ends in disappointment of being oh so close, but not quite close enough to gaining promotion back to the regional split of the National League. They lost their Southern League Premier South playoff final today, 1-0 at AFC Totton. The only goal of the game coming 20 minutes before the end.
Taylor is in and Taylor lofts it over the keeper and scores, and AFC Totton have the goal. It was played forward, it was knocked on by Tony Lee, and Ethan Taylor just ran in behind and lobbed it over Jared Thompson as he came out. With 70 minutes on the clock, it's AFC Totton 1, Gloucester City 0.
And despite various huffing and puffing, as you would expect from Mike Cook's team, they couldn't, unfortunately, find a way to break the AFC Totton house down. Totton preserving their impressive home record of having scored in every game at home, and they today had too much for Gloucester City. Your thoughts very welcome, Tigers fans. If you've not made the trip down today to the Snows Stadium, then do get in touch. 81333. Start your message with the word Gloss is the number on text. On WhatsApp, 08000 321 333. Once again, start your message with the word Gloss. We had a WhatsApp message midway through the second half saying good luck to the Tigers from the Keyway drivers. I think they were instrumental, weren't they, in building the Tiger Turf Stadium at New Meadow Park. Elsewhere, Forest Green Rovers, well, they finish the National League season with a point away at Hartlepool. They were a goal down, though, going into the interval. The home side taking the lead through David Ferguson on 38 minutes.
For them as they go into the penalty area now. It goes past one, played across goal, and a backfield goal. What a goal it was for Hartlepool. A little flick from David Ferguson. Took the Forest Green defence off guard. And it was a good ball in. It was a better finish. And Hartlepool go 1-0 up.
And that's the way that it was at half-time. It was that way going into the 90th minute. But as ever, Christian Deutsch, well, he comes on as a substitute. Give him a chance, and he's still lethal.
Gets the ball for Deutsch at the head, and Deutsch scores! The Forest Green equalises quickly with the assist. Linked up with Deutsch, who powers the header past Smith. And with the 90 seconds to go, Forest Green draw level.
And that's the way that it finished. Forest Green Rovers finishing their National League regular campaign with a point today away at Hartlepool United. Elsewhere in the cricket, Lancashire